Well, hey there, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Island Church Weekly Podcast. I am joined by Pastor Will. As always, Pastor Will, how you doing today?
Good day, Matt. How about
Yeah,
yourself?
good
I,
long day, but that's okay. Lots of work to be
I
done,
hear
but
that you have a long day today, but
you know a lot about that. You know a little bit about work to be done, that's for sure.
that's okay. It's good work.
Good problem to have, yeah, that's for
Yep.
sure. Okay, so how was Sunday at Island Church? How was, we're recording this on Tuesday, so you had a few days to kind of sit on it. How was Sunday?
It was good. We had people come in at 9:30 and start engaging with us at what we call the gathering, and so
Yep.
that was just good to just connect with people and some people are coming back in town. Of course, some people are leaving too, but we have a flow of people, so that was just good just to engage with people and let them engage with each other and some of the women gathered up in one of the corners, and that's not by design. That's just it just happens, and
It
they
happens
have fun
sometimes.
doing that. And I
Yeah.
just stay away and let them do their
Yep.
thing. But and some of the guys gather up too. Anyway, it was a good day. And then we had our service where at 10 o'clock that was well attended this week. I think the last several weeks we've been up in attendance, and so that's been good to watch as people have come back in. And this week I'm in that series on choices, and we dealt with the static or the interference. What interferes with us making good choices? And so I believe that we took a good biblical look at Lot and Abraham, and I also pulled some very practical things that people can use. And so if you happen to miss this past week, I encourage you to take a look at that because, we make so many decisions. And of course, all of us are human. We're going to make some bad decisions. But if we can reduce the number of bad decisions by understanding like things like doubt and fear and things of selfish ambition and self-focus that can cause us to make bad choices, that really is helpful. And so this week I'm going to be looking at again choices again, but this week I'm going to kind of look at some of the foundations for making good choices. And so I look forward. So it's a good week, and I look forward to this Sunday. I've been preparing for our message this week, and it's been a good series. And so it's just overall good Sunday. And then on Sunday night we had momentum. It's hard to mess up ice cream at 5:15. You know, and
My
we had
daughter asked for that today on the way to school today. She said, "Can we have ice cream before dinner tonight?" I said, "No, of course not. We don't do ice cream before dinner." But if she would have been at Momentum, she could have had ice cream before dinner.
that's for dinner. That would have been our dinner. So, and we had some homemade things with it. So that was good. So we enjoyed that. And then our engagement and just encouraging one another and just seeing what God's been doing in our church and life of people. And I just think there's a spirit of laying a foundation. There's a spirit of cooperation, a spirit of excitement in our church. And we're not going to ever, surrounded by water everywhere, not people, but we can be a mighty church and a strong for the church that the people are here, and we can have way more impact. And as you know, we've got some exciting things coming up. But it was a good Sunday.
Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome. Well, speaking of fun things coming up, we probably want to hit on one big one, right? Like there is a big event coming up, and perhaps the biggest event we've ever had, I would dare say, on the church property in terms of registrations. We'll see what happens, but tell us a little bit about Back to School Bash.
Well, Back to School Bash is going to be at 5:30 on August 10th. It's actually, it's a Saturday, and it's going to be a big day. It's a big day for me. It's an anniversary for me, so I'm going to tell Sandy I'm going to get her a hot dog at the Back to School Bash. So
You're treating her, man. You're treating her.
hey man, you just got to work with what you got. So
I got you.
anyway, we're gonna have hot dogs and chips in a water park, part of not a park, but a part of the section. We've got the animals. We got all kind of games for the family. We've got the fire truck and snow cones and popcorn and all these kinds of things. And we have a partnership with a local business here on the island. It's going to actually provide the hot dogs and the nachos. We're not even going to have to do that. So it's going to free up our people. So if you're hearing about this, then you just welcome to come. Certainly we'll let you volunteer and serve in some way, but mainly just wear your Island Time t-shirt and greet people and smile and engage with them. That's the most important thing. But we have no idea how many's going to come. But if I heard right yesterday, our registration is what?
500.
Is it 5? That's more. I was going to say 4.
It's almost to 500 right now. Is kind of where we're sitting. We're sitting a little bit below that, but we still got 2 more weeks. So I think we're gonna hit north of 500 by the time all is said and done.
So it's 5:30 to 7:30, and we assume a lot of those people won't come.
Yep.
But if you hear of a traffic jam on Terra Verde, this may be it. So
that's what's going on. That'll be the thing that has the island abuzz that weekend. And something really cool as well. New series kicking off the following Sunday. So literally the next day.
Right.
What's it going to be called, Pastor Will? Because you came up with this.
All in family.
All in family. Yeah, that's going to
All
be a
in
great
family.
series.
We want our families to be all in with each other, with their neighbors and their community, all in with their church, and certainly in their relationship with God, and all that will be tied together. We'll do several weeks, probably 4 weeks, maybe 5 weeks of messages around that particular idea, particularly because we're going to have all these children with us and their families with us for the back to school bash, and so we're going to build off of that. And so we're going to begin that the very next day.
Yeah, awesome. So that'll be an exciting series. That'll be a great time if you've got friends with little ones or friends who, maybe are going through some family crisis or drama. That's a great time to invite them in to say, hey, come hear what God has to say about building your family around him and how to be all in for the things of God. So that'll be a great series. Anything else coming up in the life of the church that folks should know about?
We got that's a big day on the back to school bash, and that also builds the reason as to one of the reasons why we need to get this new additional building built. That's moving along, but there are kids around here. Can you imagine? And we're going to have one touch with them on one day, and some of them are they already have their own church home. That's fine too, and some of them may not engage with us right now, but having a steady place to do this, to do after school or some sort of a 2-day school or some type of co-op for homeschool students. I mean, all manner of activities we're going to be able to do in our new building that we're planning. So that kind of builds into that. But one more thing that week is the following Wednesday on August 14th, we're going to have Island Church at the Rays. And so I'd love to have you go to the game with us. We have and he'll know if he's watching, but we have one particular guy connected with our church that he wants to go to the game just to get a Nathan's hot dog. So whether you want to be with us, watch the baseball, or get a Nathan's hot dog, any of those will work. Just come and be with us. I think the price is going to be $18 a person. That give us a section, and but we do have to get those tickets ordered. So give us a call up here, send us a note, and we're going to have some fun at the game on the 14th.
Very cool. Yeah, that'll be a great event for the church to get together. Talking about being all in as a family, as a church, right? All in together, kind of going out and doing things in the community, just having a good time being together. So, Pastor Will, how can folks be praying for the church this week?
Well, we got those 500 kids coming and parents, and again, we don't know. They're registered. We'll see how many comes. But even if a third of the people come or half of them come, I mean, it's still a lot of people. And so pray for our leadership and our various people in our church that are engaged with that, from parking to the games, the setup, the everything. It's just a big deal. But we know that this gives us a chance to get a connection. So that's probably the biggest thing that we have going right now that people can continue to pray about and consider about their role. But what that's going to do is that's going to put guests around. And so we want to continue to be welcoming. If you'd like to help us connect, you'd like to serve pray about being a part of our connection team, either for events or on a regular Sunday basis, Sunday meaning once a month or something like this, or follow up. Hey, I'll follow up. Pray about being a person that follows up with some of these people. Again, it's not knocking on doors, cold call. This is following up with people that have come. And so they've been just pray about the event, but also everything around.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Pastor Will, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you. If you're watching, make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel here. And we will see you all back here next week on the Island Church Weekly Podcast.